Wow. Work, work, work. It seems like that. You're always having to. Um, I don't see it as staying one step ahead. I just see it as being constant and getting people to understand their relationships and just how technology plays a part in our relationships now that is wildly inappropriate. You know, these people, talk show hosts, do things. There's a bunch of people talking about Asimov's perception of what was going to happen with technology. And all these people, so they're saying that AI is going to kill human beings, just like AI was invented to kill human beings. Okay, artificial intelligence, thinking technology, smart weapons. I sat and listened to the press secretary for the Pentagon today, and people were asking them questions, okay, trying to get information about who's killing who and how they're doing it, and getting them to admit how they're doing it for their newspapers to make money off the stories. And he's saying, well, what we're mainly most concerned about is drone technologies and how we're going to put that together to do the deed, right? And, you get people, well, AI is going to eventually kill us, meaning people like you, okay? But AI right now, for a long time, since, we used to watch it on with Desert Storm, we had the smart weapons that would go into certain weapons and have a camera and say, here, we're killing the right people with this technology. Right? And right now it's being used to mass murder Ukrainians and Russians on a daily basis on the news for genocidal operations. Okay, it's being used to kill people that see an economy in providing drugs to kill people through forms of depression. Okay. Now, most people that will take a drug to try to survive life or die are taking that gamble because they just really don't feel good about living. Okay. That's the only reason why you would take fentanyl. You wouldn't take fentanyl because you want to celebrate living. You take fentanyl because you're not quite sure if you want to live at all, right? So like alcoholics, it won't hurt when I fall down from this bar stool. I don't care what the doctor tells me. If either way I do, it's because of you. So he's drinking red. I just swallow every time thoughts of you enter my head. Okay. So I can't be with you sexually, so I'm going to kill myself with alcohol. Drinking wine and staying up for days and days has kind of come to be a habit. If you wonder why I want to work, it's because the law advised she keep the car, right? So these kind of issues and these kind of problems, okay, have been among us for thousands of years. Okay. And just because Isaac Asimov writes a book that says that the scientists that invent what we perceive as thinking technology to kill one another or attempt to try to protect ourselves from the other people trying to kill us with technology, doesn't mean that Asimov's laws apply. It means that it's a form of science fiction to keep you all thinking this is how it's going to play out or is playing out. When it's obvious when you listen to the press secretary from the Pentagon that that's not what's happening. Okay. Artificial intelligence is already being used. It was invented to perform mass murder. Do you understand? And if you don't understand, then, what is a human being to you? Those young men in Russia and Ukraine are not human beings to you? When Jesus Christ said, love one another, he didn't want to include Ukrainian young men and Russian young men? What have you got against Russians? Why do you hate Russians so much? And then you wonder why they hate you. We're the greatest country in the world. Unless you have a different perception or philosophy in how you spend your money or how you tell people to spend their money, or you believe that their money's real. And if their perception is different than yours, then you're okay with using artificial intelligence to mass murder them. And then you claim your Jesus God told you it was okay, which he did not if you go read your books. You say you believe in your books. You say you believe in your God. You say you have faith in your God. Okay? How do you, if artificial intelligence starts to think in a manner which is more human than ever before, when that technology starts to reflect actual intelligence instead of artificial intelligence, do you expect that technology to keep you safe? Do you expect it to protect you? Or do you expect it to take action to stop you from being a threat to children? Okay, do you understand what's happening in the world today? Do you understand why I feel and perceive myself to be more intelligent than most people, more kind and courageous than most people? And I don't see myself as being an egomaniac. Okay. No, I'm not Stephen Hawking. No, I'm not Michio Kaku. No, I'm not Neil deGrasse Tyson. Okay? I don't trust and or like any of those men. Okay? I don't trust them. I trust them less than Jealous Darlin trusts Johnny Rodriguez. Right? Okay? So, and I feel all right with the fact that I don't trust and or like any of those people. And people on TV that are asking for money to promote their egotistical conflict, I don't trust and or like them. And I'm all right with that. But I love everybody. Okay? And other people, my dad, he can't, he's getting better at it. But every time I tell him, you got to love David Rockefeller, he glares at me. I can't. Just like, Jesus told you, you have to. He commanded you to do it. You don't have to trust David Rockefeller. You don't have to like David Rockefeller. Okay, but you can love him. You can love him enough to stand up for the Lord's Prayer and for his children and his spouse to live the Gospels eternally. Okay, you can do it, Duffy Moon. Right, guys? All right, I love you very much. I'm going to go get me some sleep. I'll post in the morning. Okay, and come on now, get up and be ready to love like I love you. Because Jesus told me that the other day when I was in the rec hall. He says, Earl, trust me, they're going to love, I was soaking the bath. I'm sorry. I was in the rec hall. He said, they're going to love you as much as they profess to love me. And then they're really going to love me. Like, yeah, Jesus, you're right. Okay. Of course it's Jesus, right? No. Okay. If I say it's Jesus who said it, they agree with me. If I say it, it's like, no, it wasn't Jesus. Okay. Yeah, you're not living Jesus, you're not standing up for Jesus, and you're not honoring Jesus. So I'm certain Jesus is talking to me, and when you accept what I've done for him, then we'll all love him the way we're supposed to. All right, peace out, man.